Good afternoon, traders. It is Tuesday, January 12th, 2016, and U.S. stock market is closed. Hey, I'm getting tired of saying this. We had another crappy day today. And this was in spite of the fact the Dow gained 117 points today. So I feel like we had a crappy day, but we should have had a good day, but we did not. We had a crappy day. And what happened today is, it started out good. We had like $1,000 or $2,000 negative open trade yesterday, and we ended up closing out positive 4,000. That's really good. Usually that doesn't happen, to go from negative to positive doesn't happen very often. It happened this morning. This is why the Dow really blasted off right at the beginning of the day. I think when it was up here, it was up like 150 points or so. By the way, it closed positive 117. The problem in between being at 150 or so and closing at 117, it had this big sell-off and went negative for a good part of the day, and then it came back at the end. And all this does, well, number one, it helped us very much with what we were holding from yesterday, and as I say, we really improved what we got out of, but the problem is it got us into a few things, and then those few things went pretty severely negative in this sell-off, and they really didn't come back on the comeback. So we're ending up holding negative $7,000 going into tomorrow. So how do I figure the day? Well, we closed out 4,000 positive. We're carrying negative 7,000 going into tomorrow. That's maybe not too terrible, but today was just torture. I mean, nothing was going right, and I'm getting sick of this being nickeled and dimed to death every day. I want a decent day. I thought maybe today it was going to be, and it wasn't. It wasn't to be today. I'll show you the source of my frustration on a couple trades. This first one is Agios Pharmaceuticals, which is not my favorite stock. Had big problems with that quite a while back, but now it's just behaving in a very erratic manner. Big gap up in Agios, and then we get into it about the end of the first hour. It actually looked like it was going to make some money here, and then it started selling off. It just sold off. Huge sell-off. And it was down, I can't remember. I think it was down maybe even $9,000 when it gets down here. And then it does come back, but we're still negative about $3,000-4,000 on this, even right here. So I don't, and this thing was very volatile today. It's all over the place. God knows what it's going to do tomorrow. I have no idea, but I don't have a lot of confidence in this stock. I'm going to tell you that. And we are holding a pretty substantial loss in this, in spite of this rally at the end. Then got another one here. This was a disappointment too. This was Lululemon Athletica. I mean, look at this huge gap. And of course we buy the gaps, but then it just fills the gap all day long. And so we're ending up holding negative $3,000 in Lululemon Athletica. We got into 5 positions today. 4 of them are negative, only 1 is positive, but all the negatives are bad. And so that's why we're in the hole by $7,000. I'll show you the one halfway decent one. This is in Vip's shop, and we bought this, looks about second, almost third hour of the day, but it did at least stabilize at these higher prices and then moved higher toward the end of the day. So I mean, I like this pattern, looks real good, but you know, it's only good for $1,500, and we had losses a lot worse than that. So another crappy day in paradise. I am not happy. This is Trader Bob signing off. I'll see you tomorrow on Wednesday.